Welcome back everybody to the I-League Season number 2, the European qualifier for it. It is Virtus.Pro versus Denial Esports in this best of 3 series, where Denial, well, game number 1 was rather disappointing for them probably. It was a GG out at I believe 17 minutes in, and kind of an anticlimactic one as well, just randomly all of a sudden. GG, we lost one fight guys, we cannot do it. Hopefully for this game, they're gonna be able to maybe go for more of their signature heroes like that Beastmaster, something along those lines. But in any case, we are HeflaTV, of course. I am Coucher and I am joined by Heflamok once again, man. Do you think Denial can take this to game number 3?
Well, I hope so. I mean, for the sake of the viewers, to make it exciting, and also for the fact that I woke up so early after just a couple hours sleep and coming up for this game, so you're not alone on this one. Either way, they're gonna get their signature heroes, Beastmaster, and they even secure the Orc Magi. What I find kind of interesting is the chat reaction on that early GG out. Like, I mean, some were just amused by the fact, some were like, what the fuck, my Arcanas, why did I bet on Denial, the typical reaction, but other people were also like, wow, did they GG out already? Like, I thought they can win this, and to be honest, I also consider this GG very early. Like, I mean, I don't want to say like, wow, they give up really easily, but I mean, they were behind. Okay, they would have lost to Roshan right now, but we've been talking about, what, a 20 minutes game where you still have a Morphling and the Doom and the Razor with a single core Lycan on the other side. I really thought, like, as soon as BKBs are coming up, some more healing, especially with what they had, like, I mean, Scorched Earth, Voodoo Restoration, then the Tether healing, maybe a mech if it ever came out. Of course, he was super underfarmed on the Wisp, but still, I thought there's a lot of potential in this to hold the base, and we saw this so many times in the 6.8 patch series that getting the outer towers is one thing, getting map control also, but like breaking high ground, like we saw so many comebacks on this already. So in my opinion, Denial, the GG was early, a bit too early.
Probably, maybe they just felt like that nothing was working for them. Like they tried to relocate, they couldn't get the Doombringer to work at all. Maybe they were just like, in the sake of reserving their just peace of mind, they're going to GG out and focus on the next game. Maybe it was something like that, but looking at the draft here, Denial did go for that just straight off Beastmaster now. They want to be able to utilize the hero that probably is kind of their bread and butter. Ogre Magi also a nice hero to have, of course, but Virtus.Pro, they did go for the Slark, and before game number 1 even happened, I do remember somebody on chat saying that give BCC Slark and it's a 20-minute GG, guys, so we'll see if that's going to happen.
Yeah, we have to see if that's actually happening here. Right now, Vengeful Spirit, I mean, Vengeful Spirit Ogre combination last game, it just worked out wonders. That's why I was so surprised to give out actually that Ogre Magi. But at the moment, when it comes to disables and stuns and also like early game presence, Denial is picking up the more aggressive approach at the moment. Sure, we have a Magic Missile minus armor and a Pounce on the other side, but right now we're looking at the Beastmaster. So we already have a slow. We have the Axis as some burst. We have the Ogre Magi on level 2 with the slow and the stun. We have the Bane preparing the entire thing, plus some burst damage with, of course, the Brains up. And then later we have an ultimate that doesn't care about anything. The Slark is actually one of those heroes quite susceptible against, I don't know, the Bane ultimate. Just like we had it, I don't know, very early in 2.13, start 2.14, when Lifestealer was still picked like every second game. Then Banes were like really popular because everything of Bane goes through like magic immunity. The Enfeeble stays up. The ultimate doesn't care about any magic immunity. So, well, let's see if the Slark actually is fishy enough for the Bane here.
I mean, Dark Pact definitely a good ability to have in this case, but what does the Bane, does it actually even set up anything? Do you like Nightmare into like Primal Roar? It feels like a little bit weird if you do so.
No, I think it's just the Beastmaster will be the primary initiation hero here. Then the Ogre Magi can take out another target, and the Bane will crypt the core, which will be the Slark. The only thing they have to make sure is that, I mean, the problem for the Bane in this game is simply the fact that we have the Scarab Mage can interrupt it with a silence. We have the Vengeful Spirit with swap and Magic Missile. So we already have like 2 heroes that have, in summary, 3 spells to get rid of the Bane, which means the Bane is going to be, with his ultimate, the last one to cast it. He has to wait till all of it or the majority of those spells are out. And of course for Virtus.Pro, that means in those fights they have to hold back on at least one of those spells, and one of them has to be in charge of interrupting the Bane, just in case so the Slark can go to work. But of course, the biggest problem is like if you have a Beastmaster opening on you, for example, if you're a Scarab Mage, and the Ogre Magi, maybe for example finding a multicast, then that's it already for you as a Scarab Mage. You don't come with a lot of HP pool naturally, and that burst damage is just too much. So the Scarab Mage and the Bane, both of those heroes, they have to stay sort of in the back lines, and they have to wait till their time comes.
What will be the odds, though, that they're actually gonna Primal Roar something like a Skyriff Mage or Vengeful?
Well, I'm just dreaming of those triple Beast Roars, Primal Roars. That would be like the best case, of course.
I mean, I mean, Bane, usually I would like to see him set up for something at the very least. Like, really anything unstable concoction from the Alchemist. Like, at the moment, though, they have nothing apart from, yes, I can have the Ogre Magi be a little bit farther away and have him run in while the Nightmare is still on the target, I don't know. And Denial, they also went for an Anti-Mage now. So they're gearing up for the later stages of the game, I guess. Although, I did see a 15-minute GG with an Anti-Mage on the team winning. That was really surprising to me, but I mean, even anti-mage teams can win early on, but I'm not too sure Virtus.Pro going for the Jakiro now as well. They definitely want to take an aggressive route once again. Just push the Liquid Fire, go for the buildings, have the Slark blink, pounce on everybody probably. So, do you think this anti-mage will he get just a free enough time to farm up and be relevant?
Well, anti-mage is one of those heroes that didn't change for more than a year or so. Like longer even than that. Like the fact is, as long as the anti-mage is, yeah, of course, it got buffed over time. The ultimate got buffed, but still, it's one of those heroes that needs tons of time to come online. That's the biggest problem about him. But there's also the fact, as long as there's an anti-mage on the pitch, the game is never over. So if Denial GG's out here at 50 minutes again, then I'm just saying that is a stupid decision, because with the anti-mage, we saw so many comebacks, because that is just an insane hero. And to be honest, right now, Scarab Mage, Jakiro, Vengeful Spirit, and the Slark, even with a 5th pick, if that's a second core now, or a big fat offliner, like, I don't see how they could stop, like, really a farmed anti-mage. So for now, I would say Denial Esport, they came up with a good draft here. I'm totally in for this. But then again, I was also, like, voting for, like, a late game approach of Denial's draft last game, and I GG'd out at, like, 20 minutes. So let's see how their mindset is right now for this game. I think they can definitely win this, but they have to protect Garter here on the anti-mage. And of course also Jorel has to do way better than his Morphling last game.
They definitely do, but I guess they might be able to do so as well with the heroes that they have. I'm not too sure though just how much their laning presence or how big it will be with the Bane and Ogre roaming around. I guess Nightmare and the Fire Blast to meld, it's like, eh.
I think when it comes to lane presence at the moment, like Denial has, just like last game, less of a presence simply because they don't have that many of spammable spells. I mean, on one lane we definitely have, say, the Death Prophet spamming out Crypt Swarm all the time. That will, of course, be... We have the Scarab Mage spamming certain stuff, maybe the Slark finding here and there a pounce and then just going back at some point, regening full. We have the same for the Jakiro Liquid Fire. What is waiting on the other side? Sure, we have the Ogre Magi, but all the other heroes, like Bane is one of those heroes with like a super low mana pool, which means if he casts 2 spells, he's pretty much out of mana. The Beastmaster takes also quite some time till like his full damage potential kicks in. I'm not quite sure. So at the moment for Denial, all that matters is stay on the lanes, don't die. I mean, that goes for all of Dota situations, obviously, but in this case, it's even more important. Don't die in your lanes and get that farm up. They need, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then I think they can start actually tasting the full potential of their draft.
Well, it's maybe taking there even longer than it otherwise would, just because VP, they are going for an aggressive trial lane with Jotun playing on the Skyriff Mage, Yol on the Vengeful Spirit, leaving the third one to be Seedoy on the Jakiro. We've got once again taking up the mid lane role on the Death Prophet, and the last one will be BCZ on the safe lane Slark. But man, this aggressive tri lane is gonna be just so hard for Denial to handle, I think.
Absolutely, and right now we have the Bane in a kind of awkward position. If they actually go in here, they might see a chance with a slow and a magic missile plus right clicks, but at the moment he's gonna get a double damage, and the Bane comes with quite a lot base damage, so hitting for 120 would be right now the case. So they cancel this, and I have time to actually introduce them. We have Cryo J here on the Bane who just picked up the double damage. Behind him was the Ogre, that is of course played by Mr. Frenchie, aka fucking mad. And of course we have Garter, farming on that anti-mage. It's one of his signature like core heroes, by the way. In the mid we have Jorel, now on a Templar Assassin, but I think they already initiate on him here. Oh my god, they go in here fucking mad. He has the Ignite on it, Jorel. Well, he still has refractions, but look at all the damage, and it is enough. This is the first blood. Fucking mad can't really do anything, and we have pretty much like exactly what happened last game. Exactly. First blood at about 30 seconds, 40 seconds, instant TP of Jorel back into the mid. And that leaves me introducing, Funzy on the offline, on the Beastmaster, and now we are through.
I mean, Fancy at least will have a reasonable time here. I mean, a 1v1 lane against Slark. Slark might still have a slight upper hand, maybe just having the essence shift against melee heroes is pretty good for you. Other than that, Fancy, definitely a better game than in game number 1, most likely, for the offlane position. Although it's not like it went horrible for him as the Doombringer as well, but in any case, Fancy is going to be a key figure. But oh god, Yol comes in, Magic Missile is there, busy though, he's still on the run just because of the Wild Axes. My god, the damage output. And he's only level 1, no pounds, no nothing to help out with the kill on Fancy. I really thought that with Yol coming in they can maybe turn around, but BZZ was still level 1 at that time.
Yeah, he needed the boar or something. The boar would have made so much of a difference, but he's just level 3 at the moment. And now, they're gonna reinitiate on him. The pounce, however, it's just like a millimeter too short to actually get in there. And there is the little raptor, and now he wants to turn around on Jotum, but Jotum is like, yo guy, I have enough mana to spam you with more arcane bolts. So Fancy has to go back. He has to even be careful, because if there's just one guy landing anything, a pounce or magic missile, then he's done. But at the moment, he's just heading towards that rune, and it's the best rune possible. It's a regeneration rune. So Fancy, good news for him.
Man, what a lucky rune to get in that situation. My god.
And I love this model, by the way. The boar being that little raptor. It's amazing. Just
can you
show
really
it to
call
the
it the
viewers.
raptor? It looks like a freaking slug or something.
No, it's like a mini raptor. Like a dinosaur. But I think bottom we have a go here on the Chakira at the moment. The mana burn is real, of course, but they need more. They need a stun. The Ogre needs to be level 2 to actually make this, I don't know, something happen here. And it didn't really work out. So in the end, it just translates into about 50% damage on Sidoi, and that's it.
And it's... Wow, Dire Courier has been killed. Where the hell did the Courier even die? Was it mid lane? If Choral got the snipe on the Courier, it was a huge misplay by God. I mean, I have no idea where it even was. Was it like the Rapport sniping it or something?
Well, we should still see it. Like the corpse of the courier should be still there. Where the hell is that?
I have no...
I
think
idea.
it's here. Yeah, it's here. It's just next to Yol, it was, I think, at least. So, it was probably the smoke of deceit maybe being delivered to Yol or something.
So it was the two raptors. It was the two little raptors, the boss, killing it. Because Fancy wasn't around there. So yeah, good play by him, I guess.
Yeah, that means that God is not gonna have his bottle for
they're gonna dive Sidoi here, under the tower. That's quite bold, but they have a stun, which means they have all the right clicks in the world they need. He's gonna get that level 1 breath out. They need to swap. Oh my god, he's just gonna nightmare him directly under. Now we have a magic missile. No, he doesn't have enough mana. This is so unfortunate, and I think they're gonna make it out here. Oh, never mind. There's a slow. This guy of mage, but Garda is coming in, and the mana burn is real. Now Jotum and Yol both out of mana. The Chakira, however, coming back, and that is, of course, then retreat sign for denial. But definitely a better start than last game this time.
Yeah, nobody even wanted to cancel. Oh, BZZ taking a lot of time again. Fancy is actually proving to be the dominator in this lane. Doesn't care about instant shift just because he has the boards as well against Slark. Just goes for the right click battle. He doesn't care at all. Throws out the axes as well. So Fancy playing this lane extremely well. And the laning phase so far is still rather even as far as last hits are concerned. But anti-mage getting relative free farm is always a worry if you're just in any game.
Absolutely. I mean, if you compare this to game number 1, I mean, the first blood for Virtus.Pro on the mid laner on Jorel, that was exactly mirror match. That was exactly what happened in game number 1. But this time, at least, there is no neutral that denied some other hero. However, in the mid, well, it seems kind of even, but at the moment, Jorel he starts to struggle against G, which is, I don't know, he's successful getting all the reflection charges off. But over time, I think G won't be able to keep that up. So at the moment for him, it's really just about getting all the farm up, and that's it. But we have an invisible Chikiro, but I think this is too obvious that the Chikiro is missing. And on the other side, there's also... But Jorel, at the moment, he stays in the lane. He is not suspecting too much at the moment.
Well, there is no ice path, but Yol, he comes in. The smoke breaks, but they get the slow anyway. Or do they? They pop the dust, so they have vision, but they need more stuns. Krayuchi comes in as well, but they cannot save him. Or well,
denied.
They got the deny.
That's beautiful, and I think that's it. Like 4 people of Virtus.Pro commit here just for a deny, and that was a beautiful play by Bane. I totally forgot that Bane can do this. I mean, I didn't forget, but like it's been almost a year or so since I've seen like a Bane deny happening. I mean, this is usually material.
I've seen like Banes deny themselves most of the time.
Yeah.
But it was really clutch timing there.
the best timing, yeah. But, well, so nothing is lost. I mean, Joral is going down, but he's back to lane. Only had to spend 100 gold for that TP score, and that's pretty much it.
And now at least finally God has his bottle since the courier did respawn. It's the flying one now, of course, as well. But without the earlier bottle, maybe had he had the bottle, a little bit more mana to spam out the crits for, maybe would have been just a straight off kill there. But I guess the deny is like decent-ish still. Forcing out the TP from Bane as well, it's not the worst, not the best, but at least they didn't lose a hero themselves.
Definitely, and now, well, it's time for the 6-minute rune. At the moment, well, we have Jotum getting in position, but their Beastmaster is coming like from top, and maybe with Joral rotating in, this might be it. They're securing the bounty rune, and, well, he's gonna take it before Funzy can come in and bottom. We actually have a double damage on the Ogre Magi, which might be the opening they need on the Gyrocopter. Stun, Ignite, the Bane following up with the level 2 Brain Zap, and of course Anti-Mage going for the right clicks. So Jakiro, he has to stay way back at the moment, and he's trying to do that by blocking the creep wave, but he kinda messed that one up.
Man, I can't believe you just called it Jakiro a Gyrocopter.
What? Did I say Gyrocopter? Oh my god, I should... That is with the good morning cast, you know? When I'm waking up so early, then my brain is kinda a mess. So yeah, of course, Jakiro. How do I even get to... Like, Gyrocopter and Jakiro, they have nothing in common. They don't even start with the same letter.
I don't know, I really don't. But in any case, just looking at the farm numbers, Anti-Mage just so far ahead of the Slark, 41 and 16 compared to 30 and 5. At least Slark still has more than Fanzi, but Fanzi hasn't had the most free of time. I mean, there have been supports coming in every now and then as well. But he's level 6 now, he has the Primal Roar. So does he start rotating around and using it? Does he try to go for a solo kill on Slark, or does he just really keep on farming up on the lane?
At the moment, I think it's the farming way to go for, because alone, I don't think that's gonna happen. Especially the Slark is now level 7, so he has his ultimate. He doesn't really care as soon as it gets, I don't know, a bit risky, then he will just fishy Shadow Dance away. That's it. And all Denial needs at the moment is space for Garda, and Garda has all the space in the world. He's 48 and 20, and then with that he's way above the Slark, because Beastmaster is doing quite a good job interrupting that farm.
And I really love how he's using the boards as well. He's keeping vision on BCC with the board, so the Shadow Dance even doesn't kick in at all. Yoldo will get the stun, they need the pounce to follow it. It's gonna land as well. There's the Primal Roar, the turnaround is real. A few more right clicks, but Fancy will get slowed down, and fucking Matt, can he get close enough? Fire Blast up BCC. They get the kill before as well. BCC, oh, gets the Shadow Dance off before the last right click. Does he really want to keep on going? No, he's gonna back off now. Probably the better choice here as well, but the boar, it's still not enough with the bounce.
Oh, don't jot him though. Like, but they're gonna kill the boar. But if the Bane comes in, yeah, the Bane is gonna get that brain sap. So in the end, this is a 2-for-1 trade. That was not quite worth it for Virtus.Pro. So Denial there, the Beastmaster playing off for them. That's what I like about Denial. I think when it comes about the current Dota 2 scene, the best Beastmaster is definitely played by Denial.
Yeah, and one might say the only Beastmaster.
that too. So it's not kind of hard to get this award from me, but. I mean, he's doing a good job. The fact is he's just doing a good job. Like, even this trade was the best example how much they had to commit to kill him, and in the end, Denial even getting like a nice turnaround on it, and that's exactly how you want it. And in all that time, the Anti-Mage is farming, so for Denial, this game is going way better than game number 1.
Well, they have to have it going better for them as well. Of course, I still think Virtus.Pro, they have kind of a timing in them. When the Jakiro hits that level 4 Liquid Fire, when there's a Death Prophet with the Exorcism up, they can start just kind of death balling down towers. Although it would definitely be easier if they actually had a lead from the laning phase. And up against an Anti-Mage, I really thought had they run the aggressive trial, it would have been better. But there's the silence onto Cryo J, Magic Missile to fall as well. Even if they get the kill on Bane, they might lose their own lives. Although G pops the Exorcism, they're gonna go for fucking Mad. Fancy does come in, but not much he can do against free heroes like that. Crypt Swarm even misses. They get the Jakiro in the meantime. Primal Roar onto Chotum as well. They're gonna get at least 2 counter kills, so another 2 for 2. But it's a core and they might lose Yol as well there. Temper Assassin does go down, so make it a 3 for 3. Nope, the Wild Axes miss as they come back. Carter though blinks in, Mana Void, just with style. So in the end, it's a 3 for 3 exchange, just even all across the board. BCC probably should be able to pounce his way to safety as well, but... And what
well,
messy
it's not
fights.
over yet. There's still the Slark, but he's doing the right move. He's just pouncing away, and they go for the rune as well. It's an invisibility rune, and now the Beastmaster having it. Yeah, he's gonna bottle it up, and BCC still following up on him. But I don't know, the Slark having a feeble on him, and even with the 2 supports behind him, they can't go for anything. So this fight ends in a decent trade, to be honest, for both sides.
Yeah, it was decent-ish for sure. And Anti-Mage, he did come in, he did get a kill, but now with the net worth, Death Prophet at least is on par with the Anti-Mage. Although it's still not a great thing for you, especially since Carter, he has the Ring of Health, 2k gold in the bank already, plus the power threads finished. If he continues like this, if VP do not kill him off in the next couple of minutes, he's gonna have an extremely fast Battle Fury.
Yep, absolutely. Like, he's on a good way. Like, coming into that fight, just securing a kill with the Mana Void and going back to lane, that's the optimal situation you want to have for Anti-Mage. So for him, at the moment, we have the Voidstone flying in. He's not far away from the Claymore, just 100 gold. And then the Battle Fury will come at, I don't know, 13 minutes, 14 minutes in if all the farm goes well. Maybe even a kill on the Shakira, and would be even better. The Ignite is already flying out, and yeah, he's going for it. He even has a Mana Void, but Zidoi way too much mana. They're not... Oh, there's a... He didn't follow up on this one. Oh my god. That was a bit...
He didn't have faith in the Ogre Magi's ability to multicast.
You have to believe in the ding ding ding. Like, the faith has to be strong. That would have been an easy kill, I think. That would have been like free... Oh my god. Radiance Cur being killed by...
Counter Snipe. It was BZZ, I believe.
Yeah, BZZ.
So...
In the jungle.
They evened up the courier kill score, 1 for 1. But it's just excellent global goal for you, really, especially if it's a flying courier as well. Getting a little bit extra.
This is bad news, of course, for Garter. No, wait. This was the courier on the way back, so he actually got his Voidstone. So everything is just fine for Garter. The only reason that's kind of bad news is that he can't get it. But oh my god, they want to open on Garter here, but the Macropire, everything is off target. Garter is definitely safe. About the Orca Measure, I'm not quite sure. They even want to turn this around. Where is the initiation? They want to go for Jotum here. Jotum is the first one to fall. And now still G coming in with the ultimate. I think this is retreat time for Denial, but not before. I think one of them will go down. The Ogre is trying to TP out, but the Ghosts are way faster. Make this a 1-1 trade at the moment, but they want to keep on going. G has the ultimate rolling, and they know the Bane has to be somewhere around. He finds him directly in the corner. Easy kill. So it's a 2-for-1 trade after all, and probably even a tier 1 tower because they just got too much. Even that Cliff won't do anything.
Yeah, it's just a glyph these days. It's like you have to use it on tier 1 just because they're going to reset anyway. But that was a nice trade. It could have gone a little bit better for Virtus.Pro, but still a 2-for-1 plus a tower. It's exactly what they need as well. They need to limit the Anti-Mage's space to farm, or even if he gets the farm, they need to make sure that they can apply enough pressure so that the other 4 won't be able to do anything. Because as strong as Anti-Mage may be, when he's solo and he's the only one farmed, it might not be that big of an issue. But Temporal Assassin getting reasonable farm as well. Fanzi will have the Boots of Travels, and there's the slow one to Yol. Gets ignited up. Doesn't even have enough mana for a TP out. Now he does with the magic stick, but it's a little bit too late. And Zidoi, why the hell do they even stick around like that? Why didn't they just run away immediately and leave the Vengeful to die?
Garda, kill secured. No, actually Joral gets credit for this kill. But I don't know why they stuck around. They should have known that, like, with the tier 1 in the mid still standing, like, there's a fast way of Denial to actually regroup, come back through that jungle, and that actually happened. What I find kind of interesting is, at the moment, Virtus.Pro has to go back into this jungle because they want to deward, and actually, yep, Jotum is on the way. He's gonna get rid of that fresh Observer. Of course, easy 50 gold for him, and bad news for Denial. Like, Observers dying is always bad. They wanted to get some vision around that Roshan, because Roshan is definitely an option around 20 minutes for Virtus.Pro. A good fight, just like last game, and then with G's ultimate, the Exorcism on Roshan, that should be an easy one.
It should, but is it a little bit too risky maybe, being up against the Beastmaster with the Hawks?
The Beastmaster has to be dead. That's true, absolutely true. Like, the Beastmaster in the Rosh Pit, that's of course bad news. Like, he can get the Primal Roar directly in, and it's like he's blowing that through a pipe and everybody is being hit. So you have to kill the Beastmaster definitely before you go Roshan, or you have to know where he is.
Yeah, it's just you have to have perfect vision around the Rosh Pit as well, just to make sure the Hawks aren't scouting it out, for example. But they do have the Medallion of Courage now, so they will have minus 12 armor if they want to go for it. You'll Scepter done on Death Prophet as well. Extra survivability, of course, will be nice. But they need to make something happen, whether it be just pushing down towers, getting Roshan, just anything for Virtus.Pro. They cannot have Anti-Mage and the Temper Assassin farm, but there's the pounce onto fucking Mad. It's Defensive Nightmare, silence up onto Cryo J, no ultimate to follow yet. Jotum gets stunned up as well. BZZ, Shadow Dance, once it expires, it might get Fiend Script. Yes, there's the Fiend Script and Dark Pack. It gets rid of both the Fiend Script and the Primal Roar. That timing was just horrible from Denial. It's a 2-for-1 so far. Fanzi gets the TP out, no Yule Scepter to stop it, but...
Yeah, the timing was just perfect on that Dark Pack right before he started that cast, and the Bane, I mean, I said it in the draft that, like, his timing, his ultimate, the Fiend Script, it has to be absolutely crucial, especially against the Slark. So yeah, we've been talking about it. Like, they forced Fonzie back, they know he's not there with the Primal Roar, and they go for Roshan, just as expected. Like, I thought it's gonna come some minutes later, but 15 minutes is just as fine. Now that they are on the dire side, it's even easier for them, and Slark is gonna pick up... No, never mind, G is gonna pick up that Aegis. I thought they're gonna give it to Slark, because right now I feel he's squishier than G, to be honest. G already has his Yule Scepter, like drums and face boots, which means he's a race car already. In the end, this is gonna be a Roshan for tier 1 trade, and a 10-10 score at the moment here, 15 minutes in. Let's see. Maybe they rotate into mid. That's how it looks like at least.
I would have liked to see it on BCC as well, just because he's the one who blinks in and initiates with the pounce now these days that he has to blink. So could have been a lot better. Does pick up a rune at least now, and he's so speedy when the Shadow Dance is active. It's level 2 now as well. But Fonzie is in the mid lane, Primal Roar cooling off, Cryo no Fiend Script quite yet, but oh, the pounce out to fucking Matt again, poor Ogre Magi. Shadow Dance comes out, he needs another pounce though to get the kill, I think. He is gonna get it with the Dark Pact helping out. The Nightmare, no, it's gonna get another deny. My god. They've been beautiful with the Nightmares, but Sidoi now gets swapped out to safety. Maybe the Psy Blades will still be enough from Charal. BZ will come back in, pounce up onto Charal, into the Macro Fire. Perfect timing there. It is a 2-for-1 trade in the end. G wants to go for Cryo J as well. There's the Yule Scepter as Carter does come in with the Mana Void. Gets a counter kill at least, but that's the Bane dead as well. So another favorable trade for VP.
Yep, and they're gonna get a slow on Garda, but he has exactly mana for one more blink, and that's pretty much the end of the fight. So it's a favorable trade for Virtus.Pro. They come out one ahead definitely in this fight, and maybe even more if they have the Exorcism. Yep, they have it in 25 seconds. I mean, that cooldown, it got a bit higher with the latest nerf, but still, like, I mean, that was what, 10 seconds? The last patch added 10 seconds, right, on the Exorcism?
I think it was like 2 patches adding 10 seconds each or something.
Yeah, but oh, he's gonna be stunned under the tower attacking him, and with the slow, oh, they're even gonna use the drums just to get the hell out of here. The Brain Sap or the Fiend Script, it was too late, so G, he definitely has to go out, but I don't know, they have Urn, they have one more bottle charge, maybe BCC, no, BCC is also out of bottle charges, so in the end, they're just gonna settle for it and swap in back into their lanes.
So 12 to 13 is the kill score. Looking at the graphs as well, it's pretty close to even. About a 500 net worth lead for Virtus.Pro. XP about 2k, so a little bit better. Sidoi though, getting his own Yule Scepter means Yule Scepter into Ice Path is going to be a huge just setup for them. They need that to kill off the Anti-Mage, maybe even the Temper Assassin, but Anti-Mage, does he have his Yasha coming out now? Yes, he does.
The Yasha is coming right now to him, and we also have a Smoke Gank here, and the Smoke is revealed. Yule is running directly into them Fiend Script, but it's gonna be interrupted pretty fast. Still, quite some damage on Yule, but at the moment the Bane is standing in all the Macro Pyre. It's really burning his feet away, but actually he's not even having feet. He's flying and he's dying here. Garda is getting the hell out, as well as the Ogre Magi. So in the end, this Smoke Gank
Don't go high ground, Yule, don't go there.
Oh,
Meld hit, a few more right clicks. The Magic Missile does come out, he's still alive. The last right click that will bring him down, but BCC will catch up with the Dark Pact as well as the Pounce. Ice Path to follow, Silenced up as well. That was not worth.
Absolutely not worth it. I mean, trying to get the sneaky kill there and then getting the hell out, sure, but there's just way too much damage against even Refraction. So much damage over time. And they want to even go for more. They find fucking Matt here in the mid. That's a Pounce and the easiest kill of their life. Well, never mind that. BCC is going down. What a beautiful multicast there and the Axis. So that was just as bad as Joral's trade. They're gonna use the cliff now for the tier 1 tower, but I think, yeah, it's definitely down. Beastmaster, he can't do anything. Oh, well, the Bane is TPing in there. That's quite bold. Instant silence, and look at all that damage. I don't know. This is big question mark for me. This is giving G an easy godlike, but at the same time, well, the Anti-Mage is finding an easy kill on a tower, and we have a BOD by the Beastmaster. They're gonna get at least Yo plus the tier 2 tower. So I don't know, like maybe the Bane was just TPing in to be a distraction. I have no idea, but at least they get something done top here.
Had he TP'd like a little bit lower to the tower and then like Primal Roar something to set it up? Oh, do they know Fancy's still around? I think they had a like slight idea, but gets it into the safety of the trees. But it was a tier 1 for tier 2. Anti-Mage is getting extremely farmed. I mean, he's gonna have his Manta style probably at like 21 minutes in. Yep. That is sick farm, especially if he gets this tier 1 now as well, which is funny enough. Absolutely at full HP still.
Oh, but look at G. G is going for the solo show at the moment against the tier 1 tower, but there is a cliff slowing it down with a new creep wave incoming. It's definitely slowing him, while Garda is going to work on a new tower already, but there has been BCC, and against BCC you can't really do anything, but Troal is now there. Both the denial cores there. Well, still, this tier 1 tower is going down. G is going to be fully healed up. And by the way, talking about heals, he's going directly for a heart. The Reaver is already up, which means he is gonna be super tanky with that regeneration rune right now, even more. But oh, look at BCZ opening here on Joral, but do we have a Fiend script? Oh my god, he's casting it, but again, instantly interrupted. That Bane is not making the best plays at the moment. They're trying to turn it around. BCZ, what a beautiful double primal roar, and Garda is just going for the right clicks. Mana Void would be available at the moment. He's silenced. Well, so much damage on Garda still. He will just TP out and that's it, but he might find BCZ, or who finds who? That's the big question. At the moment, it's a bad trade for Virtus.Pro, even though it started quite well on them.
That I don't know what the jump was from BCZ really. I mean, did you expect to get the solo kill like that? It just cannot happen. You need more assistance. It's not like they have a Boots of Travels Beastmaster to come in and help like that. I don't know, it was kind of a misplay, and I think Virtus.Pro, they are losing ground pretty fast. I mean, BZ just not getting the farm that they need. It's not like they're ahead by towers by too much either. Or, I mean, tier 1s will be rather easy for Denial to get, at least with the anti-mage split pushing. And anti-mage, I just think he's maybe a little bit too farmed at this point already.
And the problem is also he's always surviving those fights. I mean, regardless of the somehow questionable plays, for example, by the Bane, I mean, he never had a full duration Fiend script so far, and 3 Fiend scripts already went into the slug with an instant Dark Pact out, so his timing is pretty bad. But all that doesn't matter if Garda survives, and if Garda just keeps on farming like a madman, like with the Manta being done right now, flying out to him. There we have it. That's all they need at the moment, Denial. Just putting all the cards on anti-mage, that's just fine.
Oh, I guess it is indeed. So, there's a smoke there for Denial as well. They want to create even more space for Carter to farm up. Although, maybe they are baiting Carter out. Are they expecting somebody to gank the anti-mage? I guess it's a possibility, but now with the meta style on him as well, you can't even silence him up and make it so that he cannot blink away.
Well, they have 2 silences, so in theory you can go for the Scarab Mage silence on him, and then he will use Manta, and you go for the second silence, say, of the Death Prophet. But that, of course, needs quite some timing, and, well, at the moment they want to bait with Garda. He is on about 80% HP, so maybe he's good of a target. If he doesn't go for a bait, then he will just get a tier 1 tower. But let's see. At the moment, G is coming in, but of course he's the tankiest of all, so bursting him down is quite hard. But there's the Jakiro. They go for the setup, but they're gonna go for the turnaround. Garda at the moment, well, Manta, where is it? He's gonna TP out, and now there's initiation on G with Fiend Script, full duration this time, even though they stand in the fire. Use Scepter. They're gonna buy some time, but I think G that is, but a beautiful Ice Path holding back at the moment from the side. There's the gank crew coming in. BCZ getting the first kill here, and now even Yol joining in, but Joral is turning it easily around. A nice swap just to buy some time, but the Jakiro is the next target that goes down. BCZ is gonna get that fancy kill on the backlines. Well, everything is going ham under the tier 1 tower. A small advantage for Virtus.Pro because the tower is helping them, and well, fucking mad. Do they have interrupt? Yes, they have the Yol Scepter, and make that a 2-for-4 trade at the moment. Fucking mad. It's just a matter of seconds till he's going down. While all this is happening, sure, Garda is farming, but well, it started quite well and it looked good for a time, but Virtus.Pro definitely having there the better fighting discipline.
Oh, it definitely served them well as well. I mean, they needed to win a fight like that. Had the anti-mage been there with full HP, and had it been a proper 5-on-5 fight, I think it would have been just entirely different. BCZ, of course, the haste rune definitely helping out for the Slark as well.
Well, it was the problem, they didn't get G down fast enough. I mean, they had a full Fiend script on him, because the Ice Path was spent on something else before. But, I mean, he stood in Macropyre, and still, my theory is that, in theory, Bane should not be hurt by Macropyre, because he doesn't have feet. Like, he's hovering on the crown, so he doesn't care if the crown is burning, but still. I mean, he stood there all the time.
Have you ever held your hand across the fire, or over the fire?
I guess
it still burns, man, it still hurts.
Yeah, but just imagine the comparison, standing in lava with your feet, or just hovering over it. So who's
it's not like he's hovering too high up, so the flames will still probably catch his feet. Yeah. I guess you could take like half the damage then if you're hovering, I don't know.
No, but I don't blame the Bane. I mean, Bane after all has no eyes. Like, he doesn't see shit. He can only feel and smell, so...
He like runs in and is like...
Yo, oh, that's cozy warm.
It's not that hot, but it's warm. It's what's going on. I'm gonna stand here for a while.
Either way, Virtus.Pro coming out here definitely with a better trade, but Garda is what we have to look at it. And whoa, there's a Cliff at 8 HP. Does he commit to this? I mean, with the Manta and everything, he should be able to get out, but well, yep. The illusions, they're gonna finish the tower. G tried to deny it, but it didn't really work out. Timing wasn't there. And yeah, Garda becoming a nuisance more and more. He's on 3.2 2k at the moment when it comes to gold reserves, and that's going straight into a heart, I'm pretty sure.
It's probably gonna be hard. Just tank up. You're gonna be almost unkillable with a maxed out spell shield and the Heart of Trask as well. And on Temper Assassin there's a BKB now. I guess Exorcism still goes through it, but at least you're not gonna get like used into Ice Path or something like that, which has been the death of him for the most part.
Oh, Roshan. We're gonna see a big fat Roshan fight here. They already starting it, but the Ogre is coming. They have vision, and now that means they can just throw everything in. G is popping his ultimate, but at the moment it's them versus Roshan while Denial is sitting out there. Can they prevent it? I think Denial, they're not going for it. They're like, okay, guys, we'll get them, let them Roshan. We just wait for the Exorcism to end, and then we engage in the fight. But BCC might find someone. Oh my god, Ogre Magi is already found. Now you're gonna get up, set that up, that fight. Fucking Matt is the first one to die. And now big fat fight coming out. The Fiend's Group again into the Dark Pact. Garda is trying to fight. It's a 2-for-2 trade at the moment, but the ultimate, the one they waited for, is still ticking on him. He's trying to get somehow out, but silenced forever. And that make it a 3-for-2 trade at the moment for Virtus.Pro, and they even chase for something else. But that was again one of those decisions I just don't understand. If you give them Roshan for free and want to wait till the Exorcism is out, why do you stick around there and then die to the residual ultimate? I don't understand.
Definitely questionable choices by them. I mean, they lost so much with that. Anti-Mage finally died, healing away a lot, although the Anti-Mage, he got a pretty huge mana void. Killing off the Vengeance pretty immediately and bringing down Jakiro as low as he is.
If you summarize this, I mean, this is Roshan going to Virtus.Pro, H is going to Virtus.Pro, a 3-for-2 trade plus a Wicked Sick from the Anti-Mage, and the Anti-Mage stopped in farming, plus a tier 2 tower as a direct follow-up. And talking about it, actually they found fucking Mad again. They want to go here for the Jakiro, but wow, fucking feed. That's pretty much what it comes down to. I don't know what he was trying to go there, but this is also a Beyond Godlike at the moment on G. I don't think we're gonna see G dying in this game here anytime soon.
Well, it's probably, as you say, that he's gonna die in like the next couple of minutes or so. Although, he is definitely extremely tanky at this point. Does he have the Shiva's card finished? Almost, so needs another 100 gold, so with the Shiva's, gonna have more AoE damage. Reduce the physical damage coming out from Denial, of course, reduce the attack speed as well.
Yep. I'm also wondering when that Bane is finally going for another target, because this is now the 4th Fiend script we see into Slark that has been just been removed by Dark Pact. I mean, there should start to be some sort of learning curve. I mean, after the second ultimate completely whipped into a Slark with Dark Pact, he's going for 2 more. I'm not quite sure about this, but Joel at the moment farming the Ancients, but yeah, they don't spot him out. But if they would, that would be an easy kill with a Yule Scepter set up, Jakiro and G there, but they have another Exorcism, which means they can go for a tier 2 tower. At the moment, though, Garda is going for the split push here. He has Manta, and, well, it's Cliff versus Cliff. No, there's not even a Cliff anymore on Denial left.
Well, still, they're not gonna lose a tier 3. I mean, it's a tier 2 and they have to back off. Maybe Jakiro or like 3 of them can keep going.
Oh god, Garda being caught out here top, but he's using the Manta right now and he's trying to TP out. Do we have another interrupt? No, we don't. Everything has been used, Magic Missile, but however, in the mid, we're gonna have a nice little engagement. Fancy is being silenced, but he got the Primal Roar off before Zidoy. Ice Path cooldown for another 2 seconds. Usep to buying some time, but I think he's definitely going down. There is some more right clicks needed. I think, yeah, they're gonna finish him. So make that 2-for-0 trade. They got whatever was left in the mid, and Garda somehow made it out. So it's kind of good news for Denial. They only had to sacrifice a tower for it, I guess. That's okay-ish.
Yeah, they got half the damage done on the tier 3 as well by the Anti-Mage, so it's not that bad. Heart of the Rest finished on Garda now, 2.4k HP. Still doesn't have the spell shield maxed, I guess doesn't care too much about it since there's a lot of physical as well coming out from Virtus.Pro. But they are pushing on their own now. Exorcism is up though on God, so if it's actually a 5-on-5 fight, it might be trouble as Carter gonna get silenced up, dodges that and the Magic Missile both. Now Chirol comes in from behind, oh my god, if they can get God now. He's gonna drop solo, nice swap out, BDCC comes in with the Pound to the Pants as well. They're gonna bring down the Beastmaster, or no, is it gonna be another deny? Yes it is, it's the 3rd deny from Cryo J. Really well done, but his silenced up now pounced down by BCC. Or the multicast, a 1-1 as well. Carter gonna go for it. Can he get the mana void off? Yes, he can. That was only the Aegis though. Thank god it was still there. I think it would have expired otherwise pretty damn soon, as CryoJ might burn down to the flames. BCC, 1 more right click, gets the pounce. And, well, never mind. Aegis would have still been there for another minute, so I guess it's not that horrible, but In the end,
Oh,
they
Garda
reasonable
has to
fight
be
for the team.
careful. Virtus.Pro, they're not happy with this. There's Blink Dagger initiation maybe on him, G, throwing it up in the air. Well, he's blinking out. Do they have anything else? There's no TP at the moment on the anti-mage. Maybe he is in range now. Oh, he's just blinking away. But there's still an Ice Path that could fish for him. And there it is. But, oh, too late. Too late, Seedoy. I think he should have just ran for a blind Ice Path in there, trying to find him in the end. Garda is just TPing somewhere else, like to the tier 2 top and farming there. So Virtus.Pro, they committed to this, but not finding anything. However, we have the Exorcism being ready, which means, in theory, they could go for the first high ground attempt right now, bottom.
Oh wow. Well, at this point, they need to get something done without the Exorcism. Oh, never mind, they have the Exorcism as well. Can they fight though into the base like this? I guess Denial they aren't in position quite yet, but they have the TPs to come back. And it's
Well, at
against
the moment
backdoor.
they're going against the backdoor protection, but I don't know if that's really worth it. Oh, they find fucking mad again, like, wow. I don't know what he was doing there. Oh, but nice opening here on BCZ. There's a Fiend Script finally not being interrupted, but, well, it didn't last for long either way. But Joral is coming in with a PKB, so they can't really do anything. Seedoy is getting tons of damage at the moment. BCZ just driven out, but what a beautiful Mana Void. And Jotum is the next one to fall. They want to follow up still on BCZ. Maybe Yol. They have no interrupt right here. So, still, how much gold was that? G just gave away 850 gold for a Beyond Godlike streak. So that was definitely worth it. I don't know, Virtus.Pro, from going high ground to losing so much, that was unexpected.
It was just misplayed from Virtus.Pro. They couldn't make up their mind properly whether to actually go push or what to do, whether to back off. But Death Prophet, it was pretty low before he even activated the Exorcism, and then just like, oh, you used 400 of your mana when you were like at half mana anyway, so thanks for the huge mana void. And that's just maybe even gonna be Rex. Death Prophet has buyback, but there won't be an Exorcism.
They want to bait it out. Like, Death Prophet, no, I don't think he's gonna use it. And that's why
it doesn't have Exorcism,
like
there's
pushing.
no point to buy back anyway.
Yeah. Well, he still has, I mean, Yule Scepter, Shivas, and Cryptstorm to contribute, as well as the Silence, so that might actually help. But they want to turn it around now. BCC finding no latch here. Joel at the moment standing in all that damage, so he's the first one to go down. Garda finished off the tier 3 tower. He's actually focused on the Rex rather than on anything else, but at the moment he's being stunned up. There's the Manta, and there's the Primal Roar on BCC. They have to fix him somehow in position, but it's not happening at the moment. They're just gonna go for the Rex. Range Rex it is, so they settle for what they got. The tier 3 it is for the price of Joral. Now they have to find out somehow escape, but there is a Yule Scepter. They're gonna find Funzy held in position. The Bane, if he sticks around, he's the next one to fall. So Funzy is already a granted one, and now, well, Bane, do we have a silence, anything, a swap, something? No, not really. So he's heading towards that rune, maybe the last thing he sees, while BCC is gonna find fucking mad again. And yeah, Yule Scepter on the Bane, that seals that deal as well. So 4 for a tier 1 and a tier 3. We've been talking about bad trades. I think Virtus.Pro just did a big one, but they came back with this trade here.
Yeah,
And this is not just any trade. This was also, I think, a buyback on the Ogre before. Yeah. So it's like 5 heroes lost within the last 2 minutes on the Nile side, and all that for just 2 towers, with instant opportunity for Virtus.Pro to come back on this and get a tier 3 tower, maybe even Rex, even though they're all back in like 15 seconds or lower.
Well, Exorcism coming up in 5 seconds as well. God, even trying to split push bottom lane a little bit at the same time. Glyph comes out, so maybe it's not going to be entire Rex, might be another huge fight, but Virtus.Pro, if they win this one, they might just get a couple set of Rex, at least 2. Exorcism is popped. Aghanim Scepter done on Jakiro. As level 2 Necrobook done on Fancy. He's gonna go with the Primal Roar onto God. Do they have enough follow-up, Carter? They need the anti-mage. Nice swap, but the Fiend Script is still there, but not for too long. Ice Path does stop it. BZ in the middle of 5 heroes. He is fearless on the Slark. He's gonna have to pounce out sooner or later though. Gonna get stunned up, Dark back through. Macropyre comes out, well, Ice Path completely whiffs Joral. With his PKB, still taking a lot of damage from the physical of the Exorcism. My God, he cannot afford to die, and he does stay alive. Carter gonna get thrown up in the air. Is there gonna be a huge mana void? Ice Path waiting for him. They're gonna get the kill on anti-mage. He has the buyback. Is he gonna even use it though? They lose the both set of racks. Joral, they have vision of him with the sentry. They're gonna get fucking mad again. BCC will chase him down. No pounce even needed, or is there defensive pounce? But no, the mana void. Oh God, didn't get enough distance. Nice Ice Path still caught for, but Seedoy gonna lose his life. So it's
And
safe.
Jotum too, yeah. Jotum was cleaned up. The Raptor still slowing him, and the only survivor is G. But Virtus.Pro lost, like, before they lost the Godlike on G, now they lost the Godlike on BCC. And with that, I think Denial is just gonna turn around. I mean, they were well aware of the fact that they have to give away Rax here, but I think they're gonna get revenge Vax. Like, G alone can't defend this. We only have 2 buyback sets on BZZ and on the Skyrath Mage. Well, we have still the Vengeful Spirit will respawn in about 5 seconds, so they have enough for defense. Let's see if this is enough.
And so many buybacks have been used for just the biggest of heroes at this point for Denial.
But if Garda dies now, that is pretty much game for Denial. And there's the buybacks coming. Like, do they commit to this? I mean, Range Rex is pretty much like a granted thing. That's what they get. But Melee Rex, I'm not 100% sure about this. G at the moment working on that defense. And BZZ jumping in here. Finds Doral at the moment. But the BKB is getting off. So no damage of that Mystic Flare. But still, he's getting stunned. And so many stacks on BZZ still. They want to commit here on Yo. Maybe with that Mana Void. No, it's not really coming through. But there's finally a Fiend Script that's going actually through. G popping his ultimate. But what a beautiful, beautiful Mana Void. G is alone here with the Chakira at the moment. He came back trying to do some macro pyre damage, but Garda is way too tanky. He can just blink out, and I don't think they can turn this around. Like, if they're gonna pursue this, maybe there's even more, but Garda, his heart has to take, heal him up, then he can come back into this fight, but it seems like Denial is cancelling this whole assault. So Range Rex it is, and 3 for 2 trade.
And that one Fiend Script pretty much might have saved them this game at the moment. Without the Fiend Script, there's no way Slark would have died. There's no way this Mana Void would have just gotten a triple kill for the Anti-Mage like that. So, I mean, they don't get the Rex, so it's still rather even. I mean, just range Rex in the favor of Denial up against melee and ranged for Virtus.Pro. So Virtus.Pro still slightly ahead as far as just Rex and map control goes maybe. But just winning that fight, not losing the Anti-Mage there and killing off the Slark just after he had bought back. It was huge
but still,
for them.
I was kind of surprised by the fact that they didn't go for more. I actually thought with the Beastmaster still on decent HP and Garda being like healed up by the heart, like being full HP within pretty much seconds, I thought they're gonna go on G here as well as Sidoi, because the only 2 survivors, and maybe then go into the racks. But Garda at the moment, he just settles for the split push, going top here, maybe Jodam putting him in position. At the moment the warding is, oh my god, they found the Bane here. That's an easy kill, silence here on him, and well, it's just a matter of time. Maybe he can deny himself, but no, it's the silence is just way too long. Garda, however, fighting versus BZZ at the moment, finishing off the tower, but there's the Manta, the silence. BZZ using his ultimate, so he can't get Mana Void, but at the moment Sidoi being so low just by that stun and the illusions. So in the end, they're gonna settle for tier 3 and then get back.
Well, it's definitely worth it. I mean, they're doing so much damage to Rex as well, just with the illusions. The illusions are so ridiculously tanky at this point. So range Rex almost down, melee Rex down to half HP as well. Had they focused the Necrobooks and the illusions on one Rex, might have even gotten it. But this game is just still wide open for anybody to win. And this Primal Roar, it stopped the Ice Path to follow up on Anti-Mage after the Dual Scepter, so it was pretty huge since the meta style was already in cooldown as well.
Yeah, we entered the stage of the game where the buybacks become more important than anything else, and of course the work they do on split push. But at the moment, I think Denial does a very smart move. They're gonna get Roshan. Roshan, oh, it's getting so much damage here with all the minus armor on him, and Garda and Joral working on it. This Roshan is dead before Virtus.Pro even realizes they are in. And then, of course, with the Aegis on Garda, that's good news, because now he can feel, I don't know, I mean, not too confident, obviously, because you might even be able to kill him a second time after the Aegis, but his split pushing and the fear of dying without a buyback is definitely decreased now. I mean, he has no buyback for another 2.5 minutes, 2:40 to be exact, but still, his split push is what keeps Virtus.Pro at the moment around their half of the map, and if he keeps that up, I think that is, yeah, the demise of Virtus.Pro.
I'm not too sure if they can actually win this game now with Anti-Mage having the Aegis and there's a cheese on Templar Assassin as well. It's gonna require a near perfect team fight from Virtus.Pro to actually come back from this situation now, I think.
Yep. It's also soon BOT time, I think, on Garda. If Garda can, for example, swap right now top, push there, get the split push up, so we have a full push situation, plus Garda being top there, Virtus.Pro has to split up or commit to one side and risk losing a Rex on any other side until they can counter push, plus the buybacks on Denial. Denial should be in a good position to defend. But at the moment, Denial is just playing it all safe, because they know the game is entering the late stage. We are 40 minutes in here, and I mean, Joral is far away from being like 6-slotted. He at the moment has so much space still, but BCZ, now he was fishing for someone here in the Radiant Jungle, but it's not really working out, so I think he's going back. But still, back to the itemization. I mean, the Templar Assassin, he was the mid hero, but all he has is like a Black King bar. and like reserve gold for buybacks. That's pretty much about it. So there is a lot more potential damage coming on him. But let's see. Maybe they want to go for something else here. In bottom lane, BZZ Zidoi would be in range, but there's also 2 people in the background, G-Farm and the Ancients. And yeah, Denial is back to 5-man Dota.
What do you actually think of God going for a Lincoln Sphere now on the Death Prophet? I was totally expecting a Refresher Orb to get a double ultimate, but is it the Lincoln's just to pop it on Slark so he wouldn't get Fiend Script, or?
I guess. So it's double protection. But oh, they're gonna find G here. If the burst damage is enough, that is so good news. Even with the Fiend Script, look at this. He's down before anything else. And we have to look at the buybacks. He has no buyback. He's 1.4k short of this. That's an easy push for Denial. So it comes down to Virtus.Pro defending this without Exorcism Silence and the Crypt Swarm spam. And this is... wow, this is bad. This is really bad news for Virtus.Pro. This might translate into 1 Rax Macropire, a super long one, but Garda doesn't care. He's just running through the fire. Joral is standing on the other side. Now they initiate here on Garda, but the damage is just not enough. He doesn't care. He just stands still. He's like, yo guys, easy go on. BCC tried to go in the background, but now everything ran out on him. He's being slow. Darkpact removing it. He's hiding in the trees. And they just keep on going on the towers at the moment. No initiation of either team. There! I just said it. But Yoel's using the Ghost Scepter, so he's safe for now. Losing the tier 3 tower. Garda still just working on those racks. They know they have the advantage. 40 more seconds on the Death Prophet. This is really bad news. They even follow up with the Ignite around the fountain. And wow, it's all about the mid racks now. BCC, it's just not enough. They just can't repel this.
That death on the Death Prophet and him using all the money, not leaving enough for buyback. Huge mistake there. Could have come for the ultimate later. Although BC, he gets Primal Roar now as well. Nice swap from Yol once again. So BC stays alive, but it's gonna be Mega Creeps. They still have like 1 fight left in them. The Mystic Flare doesn't do anything at all against the BKB.
Mega Creeps. Just give the Mega Creeps, and there it is. There it is. We have the Mega Creeps here. BCC maybe trying to make something on Garda, but Garda, he still has the Aegis. He doesn't care, and well, he didn't even get him close there. So in the end, Anti-Mage can still roam around in that base. And we have the Mega Creeps. Denial just falling back in there like, Virtus.Pro, enjoy. The second game is in Denial's grasp at the moment. They are not insisting on finishing this up, even though they have the Aegis and the Chi still. But they're like, nah, Virtus.Pro, you just get the Mega Creeps and we're gonna see you suffering. But maybe that's a bit risky. I don't know, if Virtus.Pro, if they commit everything to 1 lane, you think they can finish this off? Against Aegis, Cheese, and a full defense, plus buybacks now ready for most of the people. I mean, Garda has buyback in 100 gold, and Joral has buyback. So I don't think they can do this. I don't think Virtus.Pro is gonna make this.
Probably not, especially now that Yogurt finally has himself an Aghanim Scepter as well. Double stuns coming out. I mean, it's that one pickup on the Death Prophet just pretty much ruined the entire game for Virtus.Pro.
And I said it before, like the game entered really, like I said, at 40 minutes it all comes down to the buybacks. And when you have that game stage where it comes down to the buybacks, then G in the front lines around the secret shop being caught out, even though he knew that there is a 5-man squad of Denial in the bottom lane. And I mean, they were visible. Zidoi and BCC tried to engage on them, so it's not like it was a secret. But either way, they're gonna go top. They wanna finish this with a gank on Jotum here in G. He's popping the Exorcism. There's already the silence, but Garda is coming in. He doesn't care about Jotum. Like, just the right clicks will be enough, and now it's all on G. BKB being popped, like, everybody's joining in now. The Bane is actually going down as well as the Beastmaster. So this is actually bad news right now. But they have to deal with the Mega Creeps already. There's the Ignite slow just to, I don't know, somehow secure that retreat. And he's trying to go around, but he... oh god, fucking mad. Them jukes when these creeps have vision on you, so ghosts find them. But the problem is, look at the base. Mega Creeps already saying hello. And by the way, they look retarded, those creeps. Like, the dire Mega Creeps, they look so good. But the Radiant one, they look... I don't know.
They look very surprised.
No, I don't know. They look really strange. With those shields and everything. Maybe it's just because they're green.
I don't know. Their faces are really like they're extremely surprised that something happened. Like, oh! I don't know.
Yeah, no, they have this sort of voodoo masks on. Like, it doesn't really fit. Like the dire ones, they are so evil, like Hellspawn sort of stuff. But I don't know, the Radiant ones. I mean, they still hit like trucks, but they're not scary, at least visually.
I don't think if you're playing a game of Dota, if you're getting scared by the visual looks of the creeps, then something's wrong, man.
Man, Dota, it's all about cosmetics and looks. But either way, 44 minutes, like, we don't even need to show crafts or anything, because the fact stands, all BCC being called out here by Garter, mana burn is of course real, but he still has his ultimate, he can just blink out, that's easy going. But, oh, Fancy is there, Fancy has still a blink dagger, oh, he finds the stun on BCC, and now we have to go here, no mana, and Mana Void in 3, 2, 1, there we go, that's a kill, and I think this seals the entire game. Never mind, he actually has a buyback. But there's already a go on Jotem in the mid. One more hit by Joral, and that's it. G also being in a position where he should maybe not be. There's a Fiend Script available, but he's not in range. Gotta come in, however, from the other side. Unfortunately, he has no bash. He has the basher in there, and now we have the Fiend Script. I think that's pretty much it. That has to be the GG call.
Yeah, there's no fighting this without the Death Prophet. Although BC, he's gonna attempt to kill fucking man at least, but this Ogre is pretty damn tanky, and well, looks like we are going to a game number 3.
Yeah, game number 3 it is, and I'm actually looking forward to this. I mean, the draft, it really looked good, and now diving even the fountain, Yol is the last one. It's a full 5-man wipe. Either way, guys, game number 3 it is. I'm super excited. This is good.
Oh, it's good for sure. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in so far. Hope you have enjoyed the first 2 games as well as the cast. If you have, you can always follow us for more content on our Facebook and Twitter, which is HeflaTV for both. The links are also below the stream. But we are now heading into game number 3 lobby, which should start probably in like 2-3 minutes time. So we'll see you for game number 2, guys.